Welcome to Evolve Your Life, the podcast where values meet vision, ambition meets alignment, and family fuels your purpose. I'm Dr. Stefanie Ascher, chiropractor, entrepreneur, homeschool mom, cancer warrior, and your go-to girl for building harmony in every area of life. Around here, women step into living fully and authentically, and we believe you are capable and worthy of it all. So grab your coffee, get cozy, and let's evolve your life together. Hey love, welcome back to Evolve Your Life. Today, I am going to share with you a conversation that happened at my kitchen island this week that really stopped me in my tracks. It was a conversation that I've had internally with myself a lot, but I found myself having a conversation with Cooper in regards to when we are working really hard to accomplish a specific goal. Cooper has been working very hard in jujitsu. He is wanting to earn his first stripe. He has been training hard, showing up, practicing, putting in the work, but he was frustrated because he hasn't achieved that goal yet. And as we were sitting there talking, I shared with him something that I believe can be true for a lot of us, especially high achievers. And it's that sometimes we have a goal in mind and we get so focused on that goal, but then what happens is even once we achieve it, we just move on to the next thing. Earning one stripe isn't enough. Then we want a second, and then we want a third, and then we want a fourth. And what I told him was that sometimes we become so focused on the next accomplishment that we forget to enjoy where we are. We tell ourselves, I'll be happy when, I'll be proud when I accomplish this. I'll celebrate when and then we reach that goal. We're excited for a moment, maybe an hour, maybe a day, and then we move the finish line. And then it becomes, what's next? What's the next goal? What's the next accomplishment? What's the next level? And while I was giving Cooper this advice, Steve looked at me and said something along the lines of, the same goes for you. And honestly, he was not wrong, because if you're listening to this podcast, there's a good chance that you are a lot like me. You're driven, you have goals, you want to grow, you want to build something meaningful, you want to become the next best version of yourself. And sometimes our greatest strength can also become our greatest weakness. The big realization is that the thing we're chasing is not actually the goal. The thing we're chasing is the feeling we think the goal will give us. Think about that. We tell ourselves, when I hit 6 figures, then I'll feel successful. When I lose the weight, then I'll feel confident. When my business reaches $1 million, then I'll feel accomplished. When I buy the dream house, then I'll feel secure. When I finally achieve that thing, then I'll be proud. But the truth is, the goal itself isn't what we want. We want the feeling. We want confidence. We want significance. We want freedom. We want joy. We want peace, and we want fulfillment. And what happens for so many of us is that when we finally achieve the thing that we have been chasing and the feeling either doesn't come at all or it only stays for a moment, then we're on to the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. And this is why achievement alone never satisfies, because the goal was never designed to create the feeling. The feeling was available to you the entire time. The feeling of confidence is built in the training. The pride was built in the effort. The fulfillment was built in who you became. The joy was hidden in the process. The goal simply gave you permission to acknowledge what had already been created. That's why so many successful people are still unhappy, not because they haven't accomplished enough, but because they've trained themselves to delay gratitude, joy, and celebration until some future moment. And the future moment keeps moving. Every time they arrive, they create another destination. I call this the high achiever trap. I think high achievers are especially vulnerable to this. We hit one goal and immediately set another. We grow the business and focus on the next milestone. We accomplish something that we once prayed for and then act like it's the normal. That one gets me, because if we're not careful, we can become blind to our blessings. The very life that we once dreamed about becomes our baseline. The business we prayed for, the family we prayed for, the home we prayed for, the opportunities that we prayed for, we stop seeing them because we're already looking towards the next thing. Gratitude and ambition can coexist. One of the most important lessons that I have learned is that gratitude and ambition can coexist. You can be grateful and still want more. You can be content and still be growing. You can celebrate where you are and still be excited about where you're going. Those things are not mutually exclusive. In fact, I think that's the healthiest version of success. Not complacency, not settling, but appreciating the present while pursuing the future. The older I get, the more I realize that the moments we think are just the journey are actually our lives. The practices, the early mornings, the small business years, the training sessions, the hard conversations, the growth, the becoming. One day we'll look back and realize that those were the moments that mattered most. Not the finish line, not the trophy, not the accomplishment, but who we became along the way. So today I want to challenge you. What have you accomplished recently that you haven't stopped to celebrate? What prayer has been answered that you've forgotten to thank God for? What version of yourself from 5 years ago would be absolutely amazed by the life you are living today? I want you to pause, take inventory, and celebrate the win. Not because you're finished, but because you are becoming. And that is worth celebrating every single day. As I sat there talking to Cooper, I realized I wasn't just talking to my son. I was talking to myself. And maybe today I'm talking to you. Don't wait until you arrive to feel what you've been looking for all along. Life is not waiting for you at the finish line. Life is happening right now. I love you guys. Remember, you are capable, you are worthy, and it's time to evolve your life. Have a great week. Thanks for hanging out with me today on Evolve Your Life. If this episode inspired you, leave a review, share it with a friend, follow so you never miss a moment, and come connect with me on Instagram at Dr. Stefanie Ascher. Until next time, keep evolving your life boldly, beautifully, and unapologetically.